And welcome back, everybody, to the Phantom Zone. It is the most earth-breaking, ground-shaking, but never media show money-taking. The man, the myth, the legend, the most electrifying villain in all of YouTube entertainment today, General Zod. And today, I will be giving my review. I will be talking about a movie I did not plan on talking about. It just so happens I saw this movie yesterday because I celebrated my Mother's Day yesterday due to work, and I saw this movie with Mother Sod, and I had to chronicle this very interesting movie and movie-going experience. So let's strap in and talk about this, shall we? And unlike most reviews that I do, I'm going to have one section that is going to be non-spoilers, and then I'll go into light spoilers, because in order to explain why I like this movie, I have to spoil certain aspects of the movie to really just drive home why you should go see this movie. Why this movie is, in fact, despite what you might think, a very touching, heartfelt movie that I would almost recommend seeing this with your parents, because there is something in it that is very much at the heart of the movie and what drives everything. So starting off first, I'm going to go into my positives. The positives of this movie is it's very well shot. There's a lot of great performances. There's Michelle Yeoh, who, if you guys don't know who Michelle Yeoh is, she is the awesome Asian actress who is in like almost all of these Hong Kong kind of martial arts films, as she does that in this movie. But I think this is probably one of Michelle Yeoh's more dramatic performances as opposed to just the martial arts side. She hits a lot of beats and a lot of things that she really starts flexing her acting muscles, much like she did in Crazy Rich Asians and things like that. She brings more of the dramatic element. Short Round, I'm not going to try to say his name, but if you guys have seen Indiana Jones or The Goonies, you know who I'm talking about. This is the Asian actor who played the young kid in those movies. He is also in this movie. He hasn't acted in many years. So it was interesting seeing an older version, and he by far gives one of the most powerful performances in this film. Jamie Lee Curtis. And once again, I'm not going to say who plays the daughter's name because it is a very hard to pronounce Asian name, but she's in this, and she, I believe, played the sister in Shang-Chi. So here we go. How do I even lay down what this concept is? Because for me to explain what this movie really is about, I have to kind of go to my spoiler sections. But I guess the overall view is this movie is about Michelle Yeoh plays a struggling Asian American who runs a laundromat. Jamie Lee Curtis plays the person who does taxes for businesses. Her business is about to be foreclosed. There is even a hint that she might have evaded taxes, not intentionally, as you go through the movie, but oh boy, this is a tough one for me. So basically, she's running this business. All of a sudden, her husband turns into another version of her husband who says that the multiple versions of all of these people are in danger, and she is the only person who can bring balance to this multiverse. And that's really all I can say without giving it away. So it's a multiverse kind of a thing that portrays the story in a very interesting way. So that's the general synopsis, and like I was saying, one of my positives is the acting. The second is the visuals. The visuals, for what they do, is quite amazing. And the most interesting part of this is that the visuals of this movie are really just essentially one room or 2 rooms, but the movie is shot in such a way that it makes you feel like you go on this epic adventure, but there's not really that many set pieces. They like travel to different things and shoot different types of scenes, but it's all essentially in a couple of places. It's a very small budgeted film that takes the budget and really just goes for it visually. It's quite striking. Now, I've never seen any of this other director's films. They did a Swiss Army Boy starring Daniel Radcliffe, where he plays a dead guy that is used as a raft. So they do these out there movies. Now, from what I heard, it was a brilliant movie, but I just never watched it. It was just one of those ones that I missed, and I might go back through and watch it now after seeing this film. So, my other great thing is that the premise of this movie is simple, but the way they shoot the action and the way the scenes unfold, it makes you think that there is a confusing storyline. But if you really focus on the drama aspect in this movie, the main part of this movie is very simple. At its core, it's more of a drama than anything else. But there's all of these fantastical elements to hit you in the head, so you kind of stay focused and want to know what's going on. And I think that's the hook. The crazy crap that's in it is meant to keep you engaged in wanting to know exactly what is going on. But when you get down to what the center of the story is, it's a very simple story that if you pick it up in the beginning, you'll understand what's going on. Also, the shot composition is great. The score is fantastic. The score is very touching at times, and it's not any songs that you would know off the top of your head. A lot of it is instrumentals, but the way they choose to cue in the music and things like that, and the way that they orchestrate it around certain scenes, it hits everything that it needs to, especially the whole entire ending of this film. Now, the movie is broken into 3 different parts, and it's everything, everywhere, and then all at once. So that's how it's structured. And it's very interesting. You're going to watch this movie and don't turn it off right away, because there's a certain scene in the movie where the movie appears to just end. So I had to actually check my phone, because when this happens, it was a good hour into the movie, but it's a 2-hour and like 20-minute movie. So I was like, this is weird, but there's a lot of great moments like that the movie throws at you. So overall, all of my positives: it's got great acting, it's got great shot composition, it's very well structured, and the themes and the story is great. And now moving to my negatives. This movie is a very weird film. Some of the jokes I am actually shocked that they pulled off in 2022. This movie really goes for it. I would say it's got some jackass humor. It's got some highbrow jokes and very lowbrow jokes. And I think the divide in this film is going to come with all of the background noise that's happening. This movie hits you with a ton of stuff all at once, So it's really crazy, and it's one of those movies that the craziness has a place, but you really gotta put it in the back of your mind and try to focus on what the movie is telling you. And I don't know if a lot of people will be there for the whole ride. Now, for my theater, there were 4 of us, and all of us watched it. And I gotta say that the people behind us laughed at the same parts we laughed at. It was a very good vibe. But I had apparently people in the theater who not only got the message, but like the humor. The humor borders from very like subtle to very in your face and crass. And I think that crass part might be where the line is for some people. And in my minor spoilers, I'll go into certain scenes that had me going, wow, I can't believe they actually showed that. But yeah, it's going to test people's patience and hit you with a lot in rapid fire that is going to take certain people out of this movie. Also, the movie is too long. The movie's 2 hours and 20 minutes. And when you get to the third part of this film, which is the wrap up, which they do kind of quickly, there's certain scenes that I would say could have been cut out. A few gags here and there that I thought could have tightened up the movie. I would say this movie being an even 2 hours would have been better than the extra 20 minutes. But that's just my opinion. You do feel the length after a bit. And pretty much that's it. The acting across the board is great. Jamie Lee Curtis is great. Michelle Yeoh is great. Short Round is the heart of the movie. It's really great performances that drive this film. This is a film where they talk about acting that really holds it up, and the acting here is what hooks you in and keeps you engaged in this story, because all of the actors and actresses really bring the top of their game. And I think that's really what's either going to bring people in or what's going to turn people away. Michelle Yeoh, in particular, is astonishing because she has to play several versions of herself, and they have to feel distinct and unique, and every version does. Short Round, the husband, his character, every version of him feels different, and I really appreciate that. So all in all, what do I think of this? For just a general outline, my thoughts are this is a great movie. I thoroughly enjoyed it. On the downside, not everyone might, and there's a couple of things as far as length that brought the film down for me, but overall it was a great movie, and I'm going to give this movie a 9 out of 10. This is as close. The one thing that really stops me from giving it damn near a perfect score is that the movie is too long, and some of the jokes are really unnecessary and kind of really just crass is all I can put it. Like, I wouldn't say inappropriate because it is an R-rated film, but very like, what the fuck? I mean, just some moments I'm just sitting there going, what the fuck? And I'll get to some of the scenes. But all in all, this is a great movie. It's got a great message, and if you're into artistic kind of films with martial arts flavor and family drama, I would definitely recommend watching this movie. And I'd almost recommend watching it with a family member that you really care about, because at the end of the day, the core of this movie is about the family. So, anyways, if you don't want to be spoiled, click off right here. Thank you very much. Like, share, subscribe, all that good YouTube stuff. Now, spoilers, there should be a banner here. Spoiler warning. I'm going to spoil certain scenes so that I can explain to you. So, holy shit. This movie has so much fucked up shit going on. So, first off, when I say the humor is crass, I don't want to ruin everything in this movie, but there's a certain force in the movie and a reason why this thing is doing what it's doing. And there's a scene in the police station where this force turns the officer's gun into a giant dildo and then creates another dildo and starts smacking the officer with these two dildos. And there is a gag in the beginning, and when you look at it, you're gonna go, is that? And then you will see, yes, it is exactly what you think. There is somebody who fights Michelle Yeoh naked, and it's blurted out, but they have put in something in their ass. So this is the kind of humor that is in there. And if you do not like this kind of humor, it is very heavily sprinkled, especially in the first part, and then it kind of gets more serious. Now, when I say this is a drama, really this movie, if you take out the multiverse element of it, is about family and is about a mother, a daughter, and her father. And what the father does to the daughter, Michelle Yeoh, and what Michelle Yeoh does to her daughter the woman from Shang-Chi, it's like a thing that relates to Chinese culture where they're very stern and serious, and the daughter is gay, and in their culture they do not accept this, and this whole thing starts because of decisions that Michelle Yeoh makes as a parent, and it really hit me hard because at the end of the day, this movie is about accepting who you are, being happy with your situations in life, but also how when you are unhappy and want more in your life, it can affect your kids. And there is a particularly powerful scene that is silent, and it is two rocks talking. And I know I'm jumping into these random scenes, but you'll understand when you see the movie. These two rocks have this silent dialogue, and in that dialogue is things about life and the meaning of life. This movie is very much about questioning life and what it all means, and to be happy with what you have, even if it isn't the life that you dreamed in your mind. Sometimes that is all that you need, and people are so infatuated with getting more things, then they don't focus on what they already have. And I think that's a great message. And I remember I look at my mom at the end of this, and I said, oh man, I took my mother to see a grossly inappropriate movie. I don't know how she's going to take this. And she got it and enjoyed it. And I don't know if it'd be a movie I would watch more than once, but I would say it's a movie worth checking out. And I think it's a movie that will crack my top 10 just because of what they do, what the story is about, and just how great it is. And it's very emotional. There's two scenes in this movie that almost brought me to tears, and it's because of the interaction between the mother and the daughter. It's very powerful stuff. I think this is a great movie, and I think these directors are very close if they can tone down some of the really crass and inappropriate humor. I think they have a lot of talent. So, yeah, I had to bring up those scenes in particular just to give you an idea. This movie is not going to be for everybody. It's kind of zany and out there, but if you have the time and if you're willing to give the movie a chance and really sit down and like watch it for what it's trying to say, it's one of the most emotional, well shot, really grounded, kind of gut-wrenching movie that I've seen in a very long time, and I really hope they make more movies like this. So in the comments below, let me know, have you seen Everything Everywhere All at Once? What did you think about it? Are you interested in seeing this movie? Are you like, Zod, this movie's just too weird for me, I'm out? Let me know in the comments below, and as always, thank you for watching General Zod's Fandom Zone Reviews. If you like this video, hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, and go over and check out the Prophets of Geek Culture channel and my co-host Pop Culture PB's channel. Give them some love. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, remember the only rule here in the Fandom Zone: kneel before Zod.